The fast life, the fast living. They see the ambition, they know I'm past driven.
I want to go with a bit another subject, so maybe going a bit more in the mental side. So as I could read, and while I was doing my research about you in 2002, so when you did your first Olympic medals, there you were seen as the underdog. So no one was expecting you to be there, and a few years later, so in Vancouver, you were really seen as the big favorite. So how did you deal with those roles that you had, and yeah, what leads you to be like first the underdog, but still win so easily? I would say almost it looked quite easy. I watched the videos and I got like, I don't know how to say, chicken skin. It was really emotional, and yeah, Vancouver just big favorite. Boom, 2 medals, easy peasy.
Yeah, actually, two very different approaches. As a young jumper, I knew the Olympic Games from Nagano. I knew it's a big number. It's always tricky to find yourself in a good position when the world is there. Many other athletes, many stories going on. I knew from '98 that snowboarding was kind of cool coming into the Olympics, and there were, for me it was good. Like others were making the show, despite I was very young, and the medias were interested what I would do there. But I had a chance to try it out, and 4 years later, I knew the kind of environment from the Olympics.
So Nagano was really much helping you to get properly mentally prepared for Salt Lake City then.
Right, correct, yes. And we, I had just knew that Olympics are kind of a big event, especially the Japanese jumper were doing very well in Japan, and I knew what could go on such games with the athletes. They had certain stress. I did also realize that quite later, but I was just fascinated how they competed, and I never had one really favorite jumper when I was young. So I was always looking at what are doing other best. So Funaki was flying with his skis, his ears between the skis, and
we have the pictures. The skis were really like behind the ears,
right,
and like,
yeah, kind
okay,
of
how's that working
kind of
nowadays?
Domenpreuch ski jumping, and
Yeah.
this was fascinating. And coming back to your question, yeah, we were in Salt Lake. We were few athletes jumping in Salt Lake before. We had a quite impressive first appearance there in September, Indian summer. We expected
Yeah,
we
nice.
expected golden colors in the wood. Just yeah, you going to the US. I mean, it's the country of all possibilities, and we did. I personally didn't know much about the United States, and so we came there with quite a romantic view, and we got totally surprised when in Utah was snow at the first day. I mean, we came there in the evening, there was no snow, and while we were sleeping in the morning, there were 20 centimeters snow, and we had to. The first day we came there, all inside fog, very mystic. So it was quite impressive first appearance on the hill. We had to shovel all the snow out, and were working not jumping on the hill. We were astonished, so we wanted to fly, and then we had to wait 2 days. So you see that
Yes,
was kind of
yeah,
special first appearance, which was mentally a very strong, a strong instrument afterwards coming there.
yeah, sure. Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah, so how was the role then from you to then to go to Vancouver with this favorite role that you had, with all the expectation probably from everyone, from yourself maybe as well? How did you deal with that?
I had um, I was kind of feeling very satisfied being a World Cup leader, because I was fighting with the Austrians those years, and the year before I lost my first World Cup overall shirt just a week or two, or during the competitions, also in January. So I came with the yellow bib to, or not the yellow bib at the Olympics, but as a World Cup leader. And I knew it. Now it's a time where all experience could come together.
Yeah.
And I always see competitions as finished when there is the result there standing. When I'm landing in the outrun, I see the screen and I see the result. Of course, you then at big games you have to do doping control, media, and also, yeah, it's a lot of stuff until you really get the medal. But that's the way I see it. It's not finished, and therefore it's a lot of anxiety before the competitions, which helps me not to make too many mistakes during the warm up, for example, or just to be act very precise as a Swiss guy. And
So like a real Swiss watch.
right, yeah, just to be very precise and be myself, and that helped me in that position in 2010 in Vancouver to compete very strong. I had just one good memories when downhillers were on top on the hill during first round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
During the competition, it had
Yes.
some other athlete up there.
On the chairlift just before entrance on the tower.
Yeah.
There was Didier Kusch and his colleagues coming, and full of motivation. I was full in focus, and they came very open. Simon, yeah, come on! And I was, ooh.
What's happening there?
Yeah, what's happening? And yeah, but I was quite good focus, so I could make the curve into my world of focus and compete.
That's quite crazy.
Of funny memory, yes.
All right. I would not imagine nowadays like having some other athlete at the hill that should not be there somehow. It sounds quite crazy, but cool.
Yes, it was really cool memory.
All right. So a bit lighter question now. You are known also as Harry Potter. Who gave you this nickname? From where does it come from?
Yeah, maybe younger listeners I don't know the story anymore, as it was a long time ago. In 2002, we had that fancy coat where we were supposed to wear it for the opening. Just a very fancy silver coat looking like Harry Potter's coat.
Really long, yeah.
And like some kind of he gave us some kind of magic. Actually, we had some critics coming to the Swiss Olympic because it was completely out of Swiss style. But
okay, yeah.
for us, it gave us such a cool dynamic. So coming at the Olympics, opening ceremony, watching inside the stadium and wearing something really special, feeling very good in it. And then I won, and we thought, hey, now what's up? We can't wear this really super cool coat for the winning ceremony. And then it was such great positive and happy dynamics that officials said, hey, let's wear this coat.
Go for it. So you had so the official clothes that you should have wore for the podium was then different than this coat, but you just somehow end up having this coat in the end on the podium.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, we had such surprising positive dynamic at this first day. Competition small hill in Salt Lake was on the first day, and then I was winning such in an unexpected manner that it came up so huge dimension or dynamic in the games that anything was possible after all, and it made the impression of together with my glasses then kind of Harry Potter image, and the medias took it, made it big. It was not planned.
Yeah, and then you went on TV in the US and those TV shows, late night shows, and yeah, then it got really, really big.
Quite, yeah, it was super cool to have a picture on the New York Times once in my life. Yeah, it was kind of special, yeah, but not very plannable.
Yeah, okay, yeah, crazy.